Hi, this is Araceli Gonzalez with BeProductiveToday.com with your week's productivity tip. Now, last week I met with a client who was extremely frustrated because even though he had a ton of things to accomplish and to do on his list, he was defaulting to Facebook every single time he had a chance and he wasn't getting anything done. He just couldn't believe that that's what he was doing. So if this sounds like you, then that means that you are using Facebook as your default activity. Now, in the content of productivity, a default activity is something that you're doing willingly to avoid doing what you must be working on, something that is obviously more productive for your business. And let me give you an example. Let's say that you need to write a book, right? And you've set that goal and you've started your book, but you didn't really set an outline. It was sort of like, just trying to figure things out as you go. And you didn't schedule any time in your calendar, but yet it's on a task list and you know you have to get it done. So every time you see it, instead of actually working on your book, you default on something that feels more comfortable, right? Doesn't require so much work. And perhaps it is Facebook, or maybe it's browsing the internet for hours on end and reading articles, or maybe it's turning on the TV and watching Dr. Phil for 2 hours. So whatever your default activity is, I want to give you a few tips today that are going to help you decrease the hours that you're spending on things that are not getting you closer to your goal and helping you achieve more. Okay, so the first thing I think I want you to know is that you need to categorize your task, right? So if you have a list of things to do, make sure that the ones on top, so the ones that you're going to be doing first, are going to get you closer to a goal, right? In the shortest amount of time with the least amount of effort. So in business, make sure that that goal either equals more money or growing your business. The second tip I want to share with you is that you should stick with something that works. So if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So, these days, there's always a new version of something. And sometimes the old version, there was nothing wrong with the old version, but there's a new one. And that sometimes requires that you learn a new skill or that you spend more time figuring things out. So if there's something in your business that you're doing that works, don't change it just because there's a shiny new object there, for you. Remember, if you're working on things that are getting you closer to your goal, then you don't have time to figure things out. Okay, so if it's not broke, don't fix it. The third tip for today is to delegate. So make sure that that somebody else is helping you. So let's say that you're not ready for a VA. You're just starting out, or perhaps it's just not there financially. You're not there financially yet. So see if there's anybody in your household, family, friends that can help you out. My mom actually helped me with bookkeeping for a few months because I needed help and I couldn't afford somebody at that time, so she helped me out. Now, I do want to tell you that you should ask for help. Don't assume that they should know that you need help, okay? And then the last thing I want to share with you is that you need to plan your week for success. So if you're starting out your Monday mornings kind of just reacting to emails and just starting your week with whatever happens and whatever comes your way, then you're setting your week up for failure. And obviously, you're opening the window to all of those default activities such as Facebook and everything else. So if you're looking to minimize that, then plan your week out for success. Look at your schedule on your calendar, see what time you have available to create those tasks, evaluate them, prioritize them, and then schedule them in your calendar. That way everything has a purpose and a reason for it. And then that itself, when you put all those tips together, will help you decrease the amount of time that you're spending on Facebook and everything else, right? Your default activity time will decrease and eventually it will all go away, right? So that's it for today's video training tip. If you enjoyed this tip, or if you want to learn more about achieving more in less time, visit BeProductiveToday.com and download the ebook so that I can teach you how to do that. Until next time, this is Araceli Gonzalez. Be well. Bye-bye.